honestly, the worst thing that could happen is they catch the house on fire.
I'm Veronica. I'm Vanessa, and we're the Merrill twins. And this is our dad, Paul Merrill.
I'm the third Merrill twin.
So we have a YouTube channel called Merrill Twins, and we're going to be talking to you guys about our story, basically. So we are originally from Kansas City, Missouri. We moved to California, LA, when we were about 16 years old, and to just pursue acting and music, because that was our passion. And so YouTube just kind of happened by accident. It wasn't like a thing where we posted videos because we wanted to become famous YouTubers. We did it because it was a passion and it was really fun and we loved making videos. And our dad is a video producer and editor.
Since I was 21 years old, since I was your age.
Yeah, since he was our age. So we were very blessed to have him as our dad already. So he decided to help us along this journey and just make incredible, awesome, fun videos for the world to see. Yeah. And so now our channel has over 3 million subscribers, and we get about,
It's up here.
It's up
We
there.
actually have a presentation.
So yeah, our channel has 3 million subscribers. We have 500 million total views, and then we get 22 million views per month. And we get 2,200 new subscribers a day. Sometimes that varies. It can go up to like 4,000, 5,000. And then we have
It's over 400 videos now.
Over
Wow.
400 videos. We have posted a video. We posted a new video every Tuesday for the past 5 years, and we have not missed a Tuesday, which is crazy to think about. So on YouTube, there are different categories that you can make YouTube videos for, and there's a bunch, but these are the main ones that we have listed. You can do either comedy, fashion and beauty, vlogs, music, live streaming, or education. And there is a bunch more categories that you can come up with yourself, like even cooking. That's a thing people like to cook.
Or cars.
Or DIY house decorations. Just anything is on YouTube. Everything is on YouTube, actually.
That's very true. Everything's on there. One of the really crazy things about our journey is that we never intended it to turn into a family business. I mean, it really did genuinely happen. But what we discovered was that it was a really unique opportunity for us as a family, for me as a father, to work with my daughters for the last 5 years and to be able to help them see that their potential, and also help them as young businesswomen, because that's what they are. They're involved with brands and business meetings all the time, and it's really cool to sit back as a father and watch them grow and learn. So it's been a very, very educational process for us, being 16 and thrown into basically an adult world, because that's what acting is. I mean, these kids, and a lot of the stories you hear from Hollywood of child actors going kind of crazy is because their parents aren't involved, and so then they have their managers and stuff speaking into their lives and, basically guiding them down a wrong path, basically. So as a parent, being involved and being in the industry, I was able to help them navigate through all that and work with a lot of people. And then as we progress with YouTube, we have a YouTube manager. We have all these people that are coming into our lives. And as a business, we're continuing to grow it and understand it better and use the influence that they have to impact the world in a new and unique way that a lot of YouTubers aren't doing. And I'm going to let them talk a little bit about that.
Our channel is very family friendly. We don't curse. We don't have inappropriate content. It's just very fun, family-friendly stuff. Anyone can watch our channel. And we feel like we have a voice on our channel. I mean, we have 3 million subscribers. We can reach out to a bunch of young people. And so we have a passion to just be positive influences in a world where there's a lot of negative influences. But recently, we've been working on a project that is really dear to our hearts. It's called Project Upgrade, and it's about inspiring young girls to pursue STEM. And or should we show the trailer to explain what it is?
Yeah, we'll just show the trailer. We created a trailer for it.
To show you guys.
Show you a little bit about it.
Hey guys, I'm Veronica. I'm Vanessa. And we are so excited to share with you guys a new series we've been working on coming out March 10th called Project Upgrade! We teamed up with Justin Baldoni from Jane the Virgin and his team at Wayfarer and produced an amazing series that includes STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Over the course of 3 days, we collaborated with a diverse team of young women who are coders, builders, and engineers, as well as a group of successful businesswomen from NASA, Walt Disney Imagineering, and Google, who mentored us through the process. Together, we conceptualized, designed, coded, built, and tested a brand new consumer product and revealed it in front of a live studio audience full of young girls. Project Upgrade was created to inspire a new generation of girls to pursue a career in STEM. STEM is so awesome and it's a lot of fun, especially when a group of brilliant women come together to collaborate, learn, and support one another. So Project Upgrade comes out March 10th here on our channel, so we'll see you guys then. Bye!
So that was the trailer for our series Project Upgrade, and that is one of the few ways that we use our channel to create content that we're passionate about and for people to just see and get inspired, just like this show. So it's already out. It's because March 10th passed, but there's 5 episodes and it's on our channel if you want to go check it out later. Yeah, and it's amazing because we are getting incredible feedback. We are getting teachers replying to us saying that they're showing this series in their classroom and they're inspiring students to get into STEM and they're just starting a conversation. Yeah, just a little spoiler in case. Just what we ended up building a magic mirror, which was touchscreen and stuff. And so a lot of young students were very inspired by the videos, and it's just been amazing feedback. And we're super, super happy because that was the purpose of the video or the series, to just inspire young women and even just guys or men to support women in STEM. And I think that's the beautiful part about YouTube in general, is that you can create anything you want and people are going to watch it. For us, we know that we have a voice, and so we know that people are going to be watching us. And you know how you relate it to like education. We are actually college students, and we take a lot of online classes. And quite a few of my teachers have made the YouTube videos themselves and posted it online for us to learn. And it's a really unique way to utilize YouTube as a platform to teach your students. Oh yeah, definitely. And we take online classes a lot because we are so busy traveling and filming. So YouTube videos definitely come in handy. There's lots of documentaries that we watch for classes, tutorials. Just literally, YouTube has everything on it. So if you are interested in wanting to start a YouTube channel to utilize your own platform and create your own brand, or just like put your voice out there, we have some tips that we'd like to share with you over the years. And we have our dad, who is a specialist in this area, professional.
Thank you, Veronica. So yeah, go to the next slide. So we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about our process and how we create content every week. And it can get really, really intense because we run a network. We get 22 million views a month, and it's because we've been consistent for so long, posting every single Tuesday for the last 5 years. But we've developed this a process of just creating, and it's just us 3. And now my wife, who left her job. She actually was an administrator at a school, and so she came and is working with us now and helping us organize, and she's been a huge, huge help. But I want to talk a little bit about the production process. And we, when we start out, we basically have a script. We have an idea, a conceptualization. And a lot of people think, oh my gosh, it's a script. You know, you have to write the whole thing out. We're very
It's like an outline.
improv.
It's like
more,
this. It looks
it's more
like this.
suggestive.
Yeah.
It
exactly.
literally looks like this. And we make up a lot of the sketches that we do on the spot. A lot of it is improv, which is really, really fun.
But we do follow an outline, and I think that's a very key thing
It
to
is.
when you're making videos, is to just have a direction. Like, even if you are going to improvise some things, it's better to know where you're going to go through it from beginning, middle, and end. You know, as storytellers and teachers who are storytellers in the room, you would know that when you teach people how to write stories or read stories and analyze stories, it's beginning, middle, end. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How many people in this room upload videos to YouTube or have? You have a channel? Okay, great. That's great. Some of you may want to learn. There's some great YouTube videos out there that'll show you how to start a YouTube channel. So I know that's using the technology, but our creative process is very simple, but it works. And it's this one thing is it's just being true to yourself, being true to what you're passionate about, and letting that just naturally come out in the process. Now, I've been in the industry for a very, very long time. I worked with HBO, ESPN. I've shot some films. I've done some amazing things that really kind of gave us an advantage because of just having the ability to produce a high-end show right from day one. So, but what a lot of people don't understand is that you don't need a lot to make something awesome, because really the content is about you, about your passion, about your personality, and letting that come through. And like I said, being true to yourself. And that's one of the things we talk about a lot. So I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys this. This is our camera that we shoot on. I know it's just a normal DSLR, but go ahead and press that if you would. You can take it to a whole nother level and turn it into a full production studio.
This is the same camera.
It's the exact same camera, just rigged out with all kinds of crazy,
with a giant lens.
really, really cool stuff that I am way too passionate about. But we've also done videos on this. And a lot of people use this right here as their main tool. A lot of YouTubers, you would be surprised how many YouTubers shoot on this.
A lot of YouTubers vlog like this. They're just like, hey guys, I'm at this event. And you know, the iPhone and your other phones have great quality on their camera.
So you as an educator, as a student wanting to get into YouTube, guess what? You're holding a production studio in your hands. You guys know that, right? I mean, that's what educators, all of you teachers, you have the tools right now to make awesome content. And honestly, I'm going to say this a lot, but going on YouTube and researching how to do framing with your phone, tips and tricks of lighting, all of it's on there. And it's really easy. I go on there and learn stuff. I've been editing all my life, and there are times when I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Because they wanted me to put them in a snow globe one time for Christmas. I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to do that. Guess what I did? I went and watched somebody else who did it. So it's kind of cheating, but it's learning. The platform is an educational tool. There are so many tutorials out there on basic editing, on lighting, things like that. And we're going to give you
Speaking of lighting.
Speaking of lighting, there's a couple things. When you use your phone, I'm just going to give you just kind of a quick production lesson. When using your phone, lighting is everything, audio is everything. In fact, if you don't get good audio, you've missed the shot. That's what we always would say. Like when I first started out working with ESPN, they're like, if you walked away with no audio, guess what? You missed the shot. It's not usable. So getting good audio, good lighting is very important. This next slide is the quintessential light that all YouTubers use. It's called a ring light. And this particular brand, I honestly haven't used it. I found it and I was like, well, that shows all three of them, how you can use a DSLR and an iPhone, and you can just mount it and it creates beautiful light around you.
Amazing light for selfies too.
Yes. It's selfie lighting, so selfie lighting. You guys know what good selfie lighting looks like, right? Everybody knows that.
But if you're sitting in front of a camera talking, or maybe even doing makeup tutorials, or just talking to a camera, this light is the perfect light, and it's actually a really decent price. It's not expensive. Well,
Yeah.
it's expensive, but it can get pricey.
They're around $30 to $100, depending on what you buy. So U.S. dollars, by the way. And but you can also, I don't know if you have a hardware store in the United States. It's Home Depot, it's Lowe's. You go to the hardware store and they have these metal cans that you can stick a light in that you can clamp on. It's like a work light that you can just clamp on that. We've used that because it's cost $7. You can clamp it on the camera, and it works. And you can buy just a little cheap light bulb, a normal light bulb, and put it in there, and you'll be shocked what you can do with just a little bit.
Or even just sitting at an open window during the day.
Right.
Natural sunlight.
Always have, and make sure the window is facing you, like it's hitting your face, not behind you, because otherwise you'll just be silhouetted the whole time. So then we want to talk a little bit about production and the process. Obviously, there's acquisition, which is gathering the footage, and then there's the production, the pre-production. Well, the pre-production is writing scripts, but the post-production, and that's where a lot of people get hung up, is editing, because some of the programs are really, really difficult, and I'm going to show you a few of them, but the ones we use, the ones I use, well, the girls use too.
Well, I know how to use
the girls,
them.
I know the girls edit a lot of their vlogs and things like that, and honestly, they learned how to edit in school, not from their dad.
Yeah, we had a broadcasting class.
Well, we actually started editing on a app called iMovie, which all Macs come with that.
Even your phone has
It's on your phone as well if you have an iPhone. Very easy to use. I know very successful YouTubers who have millions of subscribers who use iMovie to edit. They don't use any of this stuff.
Yeah, like David Dobrik, if you guys know who he is. He uses iMovie.
Anyways, so you can teach yourself how to edit using your phone, or it's already on your iMac, just ready to use.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about iMovie, and really, if you watch movies and stories and you really analyze the editing, it's cuts and dissolves. Cuts and dissolves. If you can do that, if you can figure out how to do a cut and a dissolve, you've got it. The rest of it, all the Hollywood effects and all that stuff, it's really cool, it's really fun, but it's time consuming, and you have to have a passion to learn it. I wanted to learn 3D when I was a lot younger, so that's what I did. I understand how to use graphics and all of those things. And these programs that we're talking about, Final Cut Pro, it's a little more expensive. It's about $300. But it is really, really powerful. And it is just like, if you can use iMovie, you can use Final Cut Pro.
Yes.
It's an amazing tool. Adobe Premiere is kind of the industry standard now for a lot of Hollywood. When I can do corporate projects still, they'll request me to edit on Adobe Premiere because it's more translatable in the professional industry. But it's easy to use too. It just takes the learning curve's a little bit more. But one of the things, and I heard someone talking today, an educator saying, in grad school, I was teaching kids how to do Photoshop, teaching everyone how to do Photoshop. Now what I was teaching on an app the app can do it in 10 seconds. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't still learn it, because Photoshop is a really, really powerful program. It translates to video, to print, to web, all of that. And so if you're thinking about any of the three to learn, Photoshop is it is the backbone of the production process, especially because creating different things. And one of the things that you have to be able to create in YouTube is good graphics. You can use PowerPoint to do that. You can use a lot, because you have to create a thumbnail. And thumbnails are so key. You have no idea. People, we spend the most time at the end of the video on making the thumbnail, even though it sounds crazy. But go ahead and show them.
These are a couple of our thumbnails that we use. And the key thing that we always keep in mind when we're creating a thumbnail is it clickable? Because that's the first thing you see when you type in a video, the picture. And if it's not like an appealing picture, you're most likely not going to get clicks.
Well, it's like, when you look at a book or like a movie, if it doesn't look good, are you going to watch it? No. So same thing with the YouTube video. You have to make sure that the thumbnails look great and are clickable, which is why we highly suggest learning Photoshop or some type of Photoshop, because that's how you can make these cool, fun, clickable thumbnails.
I just want to point out that they tried to fire me once. There's one that says we fired our dad.
It was a sketch. We didn't
It was a
really.
sketch, but I thought it was kind of funny. So yeah. So like I said, we run our channel like it's a network. We have a schedule. We're ahead of schedule right now, which is really good. We haven't been at times. When we go to events, usually we're like, I'm editing late at night. I did that before we left, but so we have a schedule. We know it. We know what we're doing. Even though we haven't shot it, we have a schedule that's out there. It's on the calendar. We run it like it's a TV network, because that's what it is, you guys. And you can run your own TV network with YouTube. We always talk about this a lot. We actually use a different term, but we talk about our voice, what the girl's voice is. But understanding it is just to say, what is your communication objective? So if you're a student in here and you're wanting to do something creatively, what is your passion? What do you want to communicate? Same thing with educators. What do you want to communicate to your audience? Even if it's just 20 kids,
Right.
it's important to know, because video is a tool and it will live forever on the internet. So
Unless you take it down.
unless you take it down. But even then, kids, we've taken down videos and they've reappeared.
Somehow people re-upload
Somehow
videos. We don't know.
They do it. But anyway, your communication objective is very, very important to do. And then analytics. Once you upload a video, on the back end, on the backside of YouTube, you can discover all kinds of things about your audience and who's watching, where they're watching from, what countries they're watching from. We just recently discovered that, the United States is our largest audience. And we thought that the UK and Australia were, but if you put together all of Asia, it is our second largest audience is in Asia. So it really gives you a great perspective of what your audience watches, how long they watch it, and they even tell you when they kind of stop watching it. So like if you do something that's not funny, they're like, oh, done watching, or they don't like a particular video. There are videos that we get that get 4 or 5 million views, and then there are other videos like Project Upgrade, unfortunately, because it's an educational piece, it's not gotten as many views, because that's just the way the channel is, you know. But you can't let that deter you from creating great content.
Right.
So if you're passionate about something, you post it anyway. Don't worry about whether people watch it or not, because there was 400,000 views on Project Upgrade. That's 400,000 kids that have watched it and that have said, hey, STEM is cool. So,
Right.
you know, anything with a purpose like that, it's very specialized, it's going to have less views, because our audience is programmed. I mean, you know how TV works. We're programmed to consume content, and they want to consume a certain amount of content, a certain style of content from our channel. So, so anyway, I'll keep going unless you want to say something. You want to say something? Okay,
You're
cool.
good. You're doing good.
So we've been working with a lot of brands lately, and this is where the business side of it comes in. Brands have been coming to us. We got to do some stuff with the NFL. The girls did.
AccuView,
Well, AccuView.
HP, Macy's,
Old Navy.
JCPenney, Old Navy, a bunch of brands we've
CW.
worked with. the
Audible.
CW. Yeah.
So you can, and just so you know, the way you get paid from YouTube is from ads, right? So whenever you see an ad that says, you know, once it comes up and says skip, that person, that content creator, earned that money from that ad. It's like a 60-40 split. So, you know, you can do the math. After you get 22 million views a month and you get that much advertising going on your channel, you can make a decent amount of money. But on top of that, brands will start to come to you and ask you to promote their product. And this is where it gets really, really tricky, because some brands will have all these details in their contracts about what they want you to do, what they want you to say, where they want you to post it, all those things. So we have lawyers, we have managers, we have agents that help us with that, because it's crazy. I mean, you're working with AccuView. That's a company owned by Johnson & Johnson owns them. So we had to work with them, figure that whole thing out, and and all the brands, in fact, we have to figure out how it all works. But I want to say this to you. We've turned down more brands than we've accepted because they don't meet our communication objective. So we understand exactly who Veronica and Vanessa are, what their brand is, who their audience is, what their voice is, what they want to say. We've turned down really, really, really amazing offers and said no because you don't fit what we work with. And there's a lot of YouTubers that just take whatever and they don't think about it. But we try to be really, really intentional. And like I think Vanessa said earlier, family-friendly content is really, really attractive to advertisers. And I don't know if you've studied YouTube or anything that happened with they call it the adpocalypse. But basically, the advertisers got together and said to YouTube, hey, guess what? We're finding out that you're using our advertising dollars on material that's inappropriate, that we don't like. And so they had this huge meeting, huge clash, and a lot of channels started to get what they call demonetized because it's monetization. Every time there's a click or a view, you get paid for that. That's what they call it, monetization. So there was a big throwdown about that, and we survived it.
Yes.
We
were fine.
We were never affected because we focused on family-friendly, kid-friendly content. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
We're almost done, but not
we're
really.
almost done.
Because we want to talk about the future too. But
So conclusion, consistency is key. Like we always somehow manage to post a video every single Tuesday. And whether you want to be like posting videos every day or just once a week or once every 2 weeks, it's better to just stay consistent so then your audience knows when you're going to post.
That's very important. That's what we've found is the key to our growing success. And even today, everyone knows that we're going to post a video on a Tuesday. And so also don't focus on the numbers. Focus on making great content. If you focus on the numbers and do it for the money, it's like it just is not, it's going to not be fun and not going to turn out well in the end. Make YouTube videos, create content because there's a purpose for it. There's a, like you have a drive to get, what do you say, your voice, or what is the saying? Your what you want people to know.
Oh my goodness.
Communication objective.
That.
And that is why I'm part of Merrill Twins. Right there.
It should be like Merrill Twins plus Paul Merrill.
But we took that part out. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So,
anyways,
yeah.
Goodbye.
And one of the things that we were talking about last night was, as educators, as teachers, don't be afraid to be goofy and be fun and engaging and over the top and crazy and experiment with what works with your kids, because someone's going to watch this. Or go find YouTubers that are doing it, like Physics Girl. I don't know if anybody went in here for Physics Girl's thing, but she does amazing content, and she's an up-and-coming YouTuber, just really, really creating amazing educational content. There's other ones out there. I think the Green brothers, Hank and
John Green.
Yeah, they do some educational pieces that are really fun and engaging. So look for that, but also create your own content. You know what? Vlogging is a great thing. I know a lot of teachers take the summer off and they go travel. What a better way to show your kids the world than to show you taking a selfie over Niagara Falls, I don't know, wherever. Mm-hmm. Take them on a journey with you. Be part of that. Use this tool to help educate and to help take people along. We're going to take questions in just a second. So
it's fun and rewarding, but remember, it's a job, but a very, very fun job. Like, it's really cool for us to say that we are YouTubers and YouTube is our job. We wake up every morning and we come up with ideas and we're just constantly thinking about YouTube and we're making a living from it. And we never would have thought that this would happen, but if we treated it like it was just like, oh, it's just a channel, we're doing it like just whatever, I don't think we would have had this much success, but since we are treating it like a network,
a business,
a job, I think that's been a key to our success.
And it continues to expand. I mean, the girls have merchandise now. There's other business opportunities that are coming to us that are outside of it, that are just crazy. And we're going, what happened? How did this even happen? Just being super consistent in our message, all of these opportunities have come our way. One of the things we wanted to talk to you guys about is a little bit about YouTube. Because, I don't know if you heard, but the theme of this event is, what the world's going to be like in 2030. So we want to help you guys see. But you can read some of the statistics. YouTube started in 2005. It went from 0 to 1 billion views in a decade. YouTube is the biggest platform. I think the one I really want to focus on is YouTube is the second largest search engine, second only to Google. Think about that. Okay, so I'll tell a little story. One of the girls, I won't say who, one of them had an accident in their car when they got it, and we won't say who it was because we don't want to embarrass them, Vanessa. And so I'm a car guy. I love cars, and so we were like, let's fix it ourselves because we need to save money. And this was before we moved out to California. Guess where I went to go find out how to replace a strut? YouTube. I learned the whole thing. We learned to, we actually didn't paint the car. We wrapped it in vinyl. We bought this vinyl wrap, and we wrapped it ourselves. Me and Veronica and Vanessa helped.
I helped, and then you guys got mad at me.
We got mad at her because she wasn't doing it right. Anyway, it's a whole different story. But it is the largest search engine. The other day I searched, we have a van, and I had never changed the taillight in it. And I was like, okay, I'll just search and find out how to do it. And it was just like that. I found it. So next one.
These are some fun facts about YouTube. The first fact is YouTube has 1 billion monthly active users. If YouTube was a country, it will be the third most populated in the world behind China and India.
80% of YouTube's views are outside of the US. On average, a user spends 40 minutes on YouTube on their mobile device per day, and I'm guilty of that.
Me too. 4 million YouTube videos are viewed per day, which is a ton of videos, and 6 billion hours of videos watched on YouTube every month.
300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. And then YouTube reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than any cable network in the US. Hence why we keep saying we treat our channel like a cable network, like TV show.
And then
you want me to read the bottom part?
videos are shared 2 times more in Facebook than text or image-based content, and 40% of YouTube views come from mobile devices. Those are just some fun facts about YouTube, which is absolutely crazy, to be honest. So the future of YouTube.
Remember when I was talking about analytics? I mean, we can read it if you guys want to, but we'll leave this up here for you guys to look at. But by 2030, the TV rating systems will be completely obsolete because we just got an email even yesterday. We're in this beta program, and they're giving you so much more detail in the analytics now, and who watches and what time they watch. I mean, there's so many. Instantaneously, we can find out who is watching our channel, and YouTube is giving us the analytics to do that in real time now, which is insane. The number of viewers are increasing rapidly. There are more users registering on YouTube every single day, and it's just growing and growing. VR. I know there's a lot of VR stuff out here. It's really cool. That is the future. It is happening. It's really, really cool. The girls got to do the first ever live stream with YouTube in VR 180, and it was really, really cool.
Yeah. The other day I was watching a video in VR, and I was like, on a water slide. I was like, wow. So yeah, I think it's amazing that YouTube. Yeah, I was water slide. Okay, I think it's amazing that YouTube has jumped on board with the VR, and they're ahead of the game, in my opinion.
And it's just going to grow. It's just going to keep expanding. They're eventually going to use interactive technology that we have just not even thought about yet. And being able to use that as educators is going to be really, really important to the future. And what was it? Anyway, the last thing is YouTube is going to be the ultimate, and it is the ultimate place to find entertainment and education, and it is the future. It's just going to keep growing and growing.
And I mean, a lot of the young generations, they only watch YouTube. They only watch. They don't watch TV anymore. So when it comes to education, finding fun videos to teach you how to do a math problem or how science works, that is the way of the future, and that's how I believe this young generation is going to learn, is off YouTube videos, because that's what they're watching, and they don't like watching anything else.
Besides like Netflix and other things like that.
And what's great about YouTube is that no one's telling us what to do. Like, networks don't control us. In fact, TV is freaking out, you guys. Hollywood is freaking out. They don't know what to do. People are going to still watch movies, but TV is dropping off because of YouTube and because of YouTubers like Veronica Vanessa that create really, really solid, good content. So YouTube is kind of is where it's at, where it's going as content creators. So with that, we're going to take some questions. So I know you had a quick question. What was your question?
Yeah, you touched on it. I want you to touch on a little bit more analytics and how you can extract the information from YouTube.
Okay.
What is that process?
Well, the process is really simple, but you can dig down through the analytics all the way down to a state or a country. They're getting it to the place where you can see eventually what city people are watching from. But it gives you demographics, it gives you watch time, it gives you, which is audience retention, it gives you all of the, where the clicks are coming from. Like on the end of videos, they have what they call end cards, and it'll say how many people clicked on whatever video to send you to another end card. But what's cooler than that, well, it's all really cool if you love analytics, which I do. It gives you the age demographic breakdown, like really, really good. So Veronica Vanessa's age range that they hit is under 18. It's like 50%. But they only have the age range from like 13 to 17 and then 18 to 24. That's it. But what's weird is we've looked at it, and Veronica Vanessa have 83% female audience. So that's what? 17% male. So what we figured out is that there's a lot of younger kids, like 10 years old, watching the channel based on the fact that there are a lot of 45 to 55-year-olds that have subscribed to Veronica Vanessa's channel. So we're assuming, based on the analytics, that it's a lot younger. And even the 34 to 44, we're going, no one's going to watch that unless their kids are watching it. So it ranges about 50% under 18. But there is so much, and
with looking at the analytics, it helps us to know when to post on YouTube, what time. We found that 3 o'clock for live streaming, because we also live stream, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is the best time for us to live stream, because that's when you get the UK
this area is falling asleep.
right.
But like everyone's getting out of school, so and we found that out based on our analytics, and we also get high engagement on our Instagrams as well based on the analytics.
So I mean, you can dig down really, really deep into it, but I hope that helps. The other thing I forgot to tell you is we actually have 3 channels. We have Merrill Twins, another one called More Merrill, which they do beauty and fashion on, and then we have Merrill Twins Live, which is just a live show, and we do it every Thursday. So just from there, I think back there in the black dress.
Where do you get your ideas? And then do you film them like right next to each other and then only post them once a week, or?
Yeah, it varies. So we like to keep up with trends. That's very important. With our audience, they are always, or there's something always popular going on, either like a challenge or maybe a popular idea. I don't know how to really explain.
Like, there's been a very popular trend with slime. and it's just been crazy.
Or fidget spinners.
Yeah, and so we were like, okay, well, it's trending. Let's hop on the trend, but make it our own. Let's not do what everyone else is doing because everyone's already seen those videos. So let's do something creative that people haven't seen yet. And so we turned making slime into like a sketch, like 10 things you can do with slime, and it was just like ridiculous. It just didn't even make any sense.
But I guess to answer your question, that's how we get our inspiration, and sometimes just random things that happen to us in life is like, oh, well, let's make that into a sketch. But also, when it comes to filming videos, in the past we've just would film a video like once a week and then post it that Tuesday. But recently, now that our mom has jumped on board, she's helped us get a lot more organized. So now we are ahead of schedule. Sometimes we take yeah, very helpful.
Listen, just so you know, we're creatives. I mean, we're just like,
Yeah.
we just go do our thing.
So yeah, she helps.
She helps a ton. Well, just to, I don't mean to go ahead.
Oh, was it-
You go.
Okay, well, I was going to say that sometimes we take like a day to film 3 challenges, and then we just keep them in the vault. And so, like right now, we're 3 videos ahead because we knew we were going to be traveling here, so we needed to prepare a video.
We planned ahead.
I mean, it's really true that if you can block shoot things, that's great. And we'll do some challenges where we block shoot everything the best we can. But then, like the sketches just take so much more production because we're doing different setups in every room, and it's just me and my crew, which is me, doing
And
it.
occasionally one of us holding like the
light,
mic and like the light, white bounce.
I want to back up. I forgot to say something about cameras that was really interesting. So I'm a huge geek about cameras. I love cameras. I love images, and I think it's really cool. And you know how guys are. Some of us guys are like, we gotta have the greatest thing ever. So we decided. I would convince the girls. I was like, let's rent an Amira, an Arri Amira. I don't know if you know what those cameras are. So we rented one of those. This is a $100,000 camera, right? The lens
Heavy,
alone was
too.
$40,000. It was really heavy. But I was like, I want a real camera because I, grew up shooting with real cameras, not these little small things. So we rented it. We shot a Merrill Twins Exposed with it. And guess how many people noticed how much better the image was?
0.
This many.
No
No
one.
one.
No one.
He
I was
so
devastated.
excited about it. We were reading through the comments, and no one said anything.
It says to me one of 2 things. Either no one cares about image, or I can make that camera look like an Amira, which makes me feel pretty good about myself. So I'm taking that one, all right? That's the one I'm doing. Okay, next question. Right here. He was just closer. We'll get to you guys in a second.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Really, really learned a lot. So my name is Sheila. I come from Kenya. And I work with the youth and women back in the village. I do a lot of community empowerment. At the same time, I travel a lot. So I get to learn a lot of things, like now what you just shared with us. I just wanted to know, because I don't like fame. But at the same time, I'm being challenged to be sharing such opportunities with the people back at home. One, what's with the naming? I have a YouTube channel that I've never posted anything because I'm like, I don't want to show my face, yeah? So is it possible to just take a video of what's happening without showing your face?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
There are like lots of gamers on YouTube who don't even show their faces, and they
Okay.
get incredible
Millions of
views.
Okay.
There's lots of DIY videos that you just only see hands.
Okay.
There's
And
lots
you
of cooking
hear
videos where
the-
you only see hands.
And you can hear the voice as well.
Yeah, so I don't have to, okay. And how long should they be, do you have an average time where maybe the length of the video?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
It
depends on
just
the
depends.
content.
It depends
Okay.
on the content. I'll be honest with you. If it's an educational piece, it
Yeah.
probably needs to be under 5 minutes, more like 3.
3 minutes.
And fast-paced as you can make it, and as fun as you can make it. Because what we found is our audience retention, which is really, really high, is 5 minutes. We get to 90% of the people watch 5 minutes of our video.
Yeah.
But it's a lot lower on average in other channels. So just keep that in mind. Within the first 15 to 20 seconds, you need to be able to capture your audience, because kids these days will just click the very next thing if it's boring. So it's just all about the communication objective.
And lastly, maybe you can do 3 minutes for our people in Africa so that you can start the channel. Maybe I'll ask you later. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So lastly, how did you come up with the Tuesday posting? Was it based on research? Was it because I give you an example. When I do my Facebook posting, I do it very early in the morning, and by around 10, I get so many comments and liking. And like posting it around lunchtime, around 3, people are busy at work. So what informed your choice of dates of the week?
When we decided to start posting on Tuesdays, we kind of just decided, Tuesday, Twin Tuesday.
We were 16 at the time, so we were like, Twin Tuesday. Yeah.
But we found, but like what you said, you have figured out when you get the most likes on Facebook, when people are least active. So based on your own personal research, it should tell you when is the best time for you to post, because it's not the same for everyone, because we post on Tuesdays, but some other YouTubers could post on a Tuesday morning and get not as many views as we do. It just really depends on who you're reaching out to. Okay. But like I said, the analytics, just even experimenting, maybe post on a Friday morning, see how that does, or post on a Saturday morning or Wednesday afternoon. Just try different things, because trial and error, you always learn from that.
Yeah.
You know?
What we've learned is that since we posted on Tuesday, the video lives up for a week, and so like kids on the weekend can still watch that video, and then we post the next video on Tuesday. So it kind of lives up there for a while, gains the views, and then next video goes up.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm from Canada. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So I have a two-part question. My 12-year-old daughter wants to get started with a YouTube channel. So some advice from her, but then also I'd like some advice for me as a parent. How about ensuring safety and security when you allow children to be out online? So,
Well, for your daughter, tell her that she can do whatever she can't do whatever she wants, but whatever she puts her mind to, she can do it. And try to encourage her to not give up, because it is a very discouraging thing to get into first. When we first started posting, we hardly got any views, and it was very discouraging because we were putting so much hard work into these videos, and it just wasn't receiving the feedback we wanted. But because we didn't give up, we kept doing the same kind of content. We still posted consistently and did high quality videos, and then it started gaining momentum. But that's the hardest part, in my opinion, is just trying not to get discouraged, especially since, how old is she? 12. That's an age where you can get very discouraged. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, it just goes back to the whole passion thing. If it's a passion, you're going to keep doing it, and then eventually people will start seeing what you're trying to say. So that's what kept us going. It was a passion, and to just influence people in a positive way. If we could influence one person to just have a nice day or never give up, then we did our job, you know.
As far as safety goes, it's really tricky. It was my wife and I. We still to this day say a lot of prayers, because there's some crazy people out there. There just really are, and we've had to educate our family, specifically a grandfather, that takes pictures of our house and posts them on his Facebook page. So, there's that you really have to worry about. But I would say this, that any parent that is concerned about their kid doing it, you should be. You should be very worried about it, and you should be watching not just their YouTube, but all their social media, what's going on with it. Be engaged, be involved. I've been involved in it from day one with this YouTube thing, and we still get crazy people that do things. It's a risk you're going to take. It just is. But for me, everyone knows, because I've been in a couple of their videos, everyone knows that I'm around. I might be a skinny dude, but if it comes to protecting these guys, look out. I'm going to open up a can on you, okay? So they know I'm around. So I think being present, being a part of it, being a part of helping her create content, and then also one of the biggest things I think that kids are going to face is ridicule from other kids doing it.
Yeah.
And you guys
we
experienced
it.
And it's brutal. I mean, it's just, it must be human nature or something. But if you're wanting to be successful and you're wanting to try to better yourself in this platform, she needs to be a tough kid.
Yeah.
And you need to prepare her for that. And prepare yourself for that as well. But,
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say, don't let it stop you.
Yeah.
Be wise about it. You know, that's what we were just like. Let's be coherent. Let's not just be stupid, because there are a lot of girls and boys who are just like, here's where I live, but you know, like a Logan Paul who have kids show up to his house because he posted where he lived. You
Right.
know, so, or was it Jake Paul? One of the two Pauls. Just
Both.
doesn't
I don't
matter.
know.
It's really bad. So anyway.
But we've also found that your audience is a reflection of who you are. And so if you're posting negative, inappropriate content, you are going to get that feedback. Like feedback back.
Feedback back. It's a new word.
There's going to be ugly comments on your channel. So that's why we're lucky for us. Our channel is very family friendly and we don't post inappropriate stuff. So we barely get any hate. And if we do get hate, it's just like a "you're dumb" type thing. And it's like,
This
yep.
was stupid.
Like, yeah, if you got the point of the video.
You guys sound like screeching cats.
Or, you know,
That was one.
But it really does. Your audience reflects who you are.
This gentleman right here, and then we'll go back to you.
You have a, what if YouTube closes down? Do you have a plan B, C, D,
Oh,
or
yeah.
anything of that sort?
Oh yeah, for sure. We are in college. We're in school. I'm studying screenwriting, and she's studying television production. So we already had the plan B planned way back, even before we started YouTube.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like we're in the process of. He has his own production company, and so we're like
Well, we do.
Joining
we're
forces.
joining forces
We have our
together.
own production company.
We basically, I started my business in Kansas City when they were only 2 years old. So we have a production company, and if this stops, then I just go back to doing that. No, it's fine. And
Yeah.
the girls, you know, we're trying to build the production company to give to them, so they produce commercials and everything else that's outside of it. So when you say we're running it, when I say we're running it like it's a channel, we're running it like it's a channel / production company.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine.
Yeah,
You know,
and you know,
there's
it's a
and it
bunch
could
of
happen.
other platforms.
It's a good question.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other platforms as well, like
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
They're hungry for content.
Yeah, Facebook.
Everyone's trying to be the next YouTube. So
Yeah.
if YouTube were to fail, there are plenty of other options to post videos on.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the sharing. It's really good. So my questions build upon that. Basically, yes, there are many different channels, and then because you mentioned the YouTube video sharing rate is very high, but we also saw data that basically younger kids, right? For example, like the 10 to 15 years old, they actually start to drop activity or they never sign up to Facebook anymore. So there are new platforms for them. Yeah. So basically, the first question is for educators: if you think we want to really reach to the teenage group, what are the channels that we should pay attention to and also explore? And yeah, so that's the first question. Secondly, actually, is I think you in some way you touch as well. So is it better if we want to have the contents, have the best learning effect? Do you think we should have teachers design the teaching or kids doing that? What's your personal opinion?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Well, to answer the first question, YouTube has their own app where they have picked out family-friendly content that is safe for kids to watch.
Right.
YouTube Kids, and so automatically anything on there is perfect for children, and I believe there's education videos on there as well. But to reach a teen audience, that is a little bit more difficult.
Here's my thought on it. You're a teacher, and I mean, if you're concerned about kids watching your content, you're going to give them a bad grade if they don't, right? So you kind of have a captive audience. So they're going to watch it, right? So, I mean, it's kind of coercive, but who cares? You want them to go watch it. So that's...
I mean, but educators care about good learning results, right? You don't want
Right.
kids to feel like
absolutely.
forced, that they don't really enjoy it.
Yeah, but
Right.
you have to do homework anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like,
But I think you're absolutely right. It has to be engaging. It has to be fun. It has to be all of those things. But I think with educators, you have a lot more power because of the individualness of you saying, hey, you need to go watch this video or you're not going to get a good grade. Now, it needs to be a good video, obviously, but I mean, that's the best answer I can give you because I don't think there is a market for kids to be like, hey, I just want to go learn about this. You know what I mean? There are kids, like the young lady this morning that invented the app and all this stuff. There are kids that do that.
So let me translate your very important statement again. There's no market that kids will actively look for learning contents. They will not search for, I want to learn something. So
they'll search to learn things they want to learn. So we have to make them understand that they want to. There has to be a reason why they want to learn it. That's why we did Project Upgrade, because it's like, especially specifically, a lot of girls are told, no, this is a male-dominated. Only men do engineering. What? That's not right. So if no one ever tells them, no one ever shows them, hey, women can do this, then they're not going to get interested in it. So for us to be able to educate someone on the possibility and to see a bigger vision and then turn it over to the educators to say, you guys do it, make it happen. That's your job to do that. And it's an amazing responsibility. And by the way, if you want to know why Veronica and Vanessa are successful, it's because they're teachers. And it's because we as parents said to Veronica and Vanessa, your teachers are right. Listen to your teachers, and we supported our teachers. We didn't go and do the whole like, oh, I'm sure if you're an educator in this room, you've had some horrible parents. We're not that. We've never been that, never will be, because that is just wrong. I believe in teaching your kid to respect your teachers because they are trying to teach you something, and hopefully you guys don't experience a lot of that, but hopefully somehow we can shift that too, because we say that, the girls say that all the time. You talk about respecting your teachers. So anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, for the second question too, you said our opinion about what is better, a kid teaching or a teacher teaching. I honestly think both, but it is fun to see someone your own age talk about something you don't know, because then it feels like relatable.
But I will say though, there is a huge success rate in videos of kids doing stuff. So there's a channel called Hi Ho Kids, and oh my gosh, I love that channel. I've been binge watching all their videos, but it's just funny to see a kid's opinion and take on things. So whatever you feel like is going to be best and whatever you're going to enjoy most making, I would go that route. Like you can do both. You don't have to stick to just one.
Or even just getting your students engaged. Like, it's fun for even students to record themselves and upload it to get a grade on a video they made themselves. That's also like a fun idea. Anyways.
Any other?
You have like 1 minute. Go for it.
What if you get a call from Hollywood? Will you still run you're going out on your acting career? Will you still run your channel?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Both.
Well, we kind of have this saying because YouTube is kind of our job. It's where we make a living from. So it's our #1 priority. But yet we can still manage to do Hollywood. Like we were, for those of you who don't know, we were casted on a show called Jane the Virgin, which is on the CW, and we had to kind of turn our schedule around to fit theirs. And that's kind of the hard thing about Hollywood versus YouTube. We're in control of our own schedule versus when you're on Hollywood, you're like subjected to them. And so they're under their control. But we made it work. We make it work somehow. I don't know how, but we just do it.
All
right.
That's it. That's our presentation for you guys. I hope you enjoyed
Thank
it.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to our channel. Just kidding. You don't have to.
Shameless plug-in.
It's fun. Just remember that it's all for fun, and just do not give up doing it.